two occasions. One was the porphyry and the other was the day that it happened. I was told on the Monday it had happened the Tuesday beforehand, so I'd been with the kids for that whole week without knowing. And then it was like kind of embarrassing that they had this kind of private joke without me being in on it, laughing at me. I don't think that they could really understand. And I think for them, their actions were so minor, they couldn't comprehend the effect that it had had. And to see me so upset was really jarring for them.
Well, certainly I would define what Hester experienced as sexual violence. Although she may not have been touched sexually, she's certainly been abused sexually.
The boys were instantly stood down, awaiting a suspension hearing with the board, and all of the boys came back from that process being suspended for different lengths of time, depending on how remorseful they appeared in the suspension hearing. One of the conditions to the suspension was a restorative justice meeting with me, which really gave them the opportunity to see how it had affected me on an emotional and a personal level. I was really happy with that clause because I really wanted this to be something that they learnt from and not just be a slap on the wrist and something that they go on to kind of think is okay. For the first couple of weeks after it happened, I blamed myself. I knew it wasn't rational to blame myself. I knew it had nothing to do with actually what I wore, but it's hard not to when that is really the only factor that brought it about was my outfit choice.
We encourage the use of technology. What we do need to ensure is that they are critically aware of what they should be looking at on screen, and parents need to be aware of what their children are looking at on screen, and there needs to be education for young people about the importance of that.
I still have issues sleeping. I still get anxiety, especially when I see a boy in uniform or I drive past the school. I still feel anxious. And I think I will for a long time now.
Our young people today are surrounded by hypersexual images, and I do think that that has an impact on them and can make them make some really bad decisions. Certainly the expectation that everyone's bodies are perfect or that everyone's penis is large is the sort of messages that they're getting from a lot of the stuff that they're watching. So I think that's really concerning.
The best outcome is that they learn how their actions can impact on other people. And even the smallest little thing can have a huge effect. Talking with young people about how to have these conversations, and that will be the only way that we affect change is by talking about it and talking about it in a positive light, not as a result to a negative action, just talking about it constantly. You know when something is wrong, and I think these kids knew it was wrong, and that's why they hid it from us. And when you've got that gut instinct, you should say something. You shouldn't sit on it. You should say something.